4th of July, and I know that many people have family members that were a part of the military department one way or another. And I'm not here to be negative or talk bad about it. I'm just here to, bring awareness and just share my input on it. I do have a lot of respect for those who actually decided to go out and risk their lives based on information that was given to them. And let me make sure I come at, because this is a sensitive topic, so I just want to make sure I come at it the right way. The thing is, it's hard for me to be excited about someone's death. It's really hard for me to be excited about it, especially when they were put in a compromising situation that they wasn't fully aware of. Like, you already know, when you join the army, it does have something to do with potentially going out to fight war. But when you don't know the intent behind it, that's when I feel like that's an unfair fight. When you don't know that there are things that's happening behind the closed doors in the White House that could be avoided, that to me is almost like you're going out to fight in a blind situation. And so it's like I said, it's just for me. I do give props to all those, military, the people that served and really fought hard. But it just hurts my heart to know that, many people put their life on the line. Not it's more to it than just fighting for a country, but it's like fighting for a divided, broken country, or fighting for materialism because you're being promised that you get to go get free education. It should be free anyway. Or you being promised that you can get a top-notch new vehicle, or you get all these military benefits. What is it worth? Is it worth really sacrificing? And or maybe a few dollars every month. They're not going to allow you to be wealthy and rich like a lot of these entertainers. So is it really worth it? And this is kind of how I see it. I'm kind of switching gears, but my mom was talking about, well, why are we focusing so much on giving reverence to our ancestors when they didn't stop a lot of the bad things from happening back in the days? And so my intake on it is this, I'm going to always keep my ancestors in mind, because without them, I wouldn't be here. And I feel like if people can take out the time to go and pray to, an individual that we haven't even met, we don't even know where the tombstone is located. And if we can take out the time, he didn't fight war for us. All he did was agree to allowing people to capture him and stab him and put him on a cross. And I'm like, if we're going to give reverence to Jesus, you might as well give reverence to the people that that got you here and got you, and their blood run through your veins, their DNA run through your veins. So I feel like they were put in a compromising position as well. When indigenous people, as far as I understand, based on archaeologist studies, based on scientific studies, they were living on Earth without having to fight against each other. They were actually trying to survive by, hunting and gathering. So when they're put in a compromising position where foreigners come over and interrupt their flow of life and promising them that, oh, you get to have special gifts and special treatment, how fair is that? Where, okay, they get set up because somebody lied to them and told them that, we supposed to be over here to take your land, or we want to study your culture so we can find out your weakness and take advantage of you. Our ancestors didn't know that. They knew how to survive with love. And yes, they were fighters. They didn't just sit back like cowards and allow people to just come over and just take advantage. Oh, they fought hard. And it wasn't no easy fight. It took place not just in one area. It was all over. If you don't believe me, look up the 7-year war. I think that's 12-year or 7-year war between the Native Americans and Spaniards or something like that. It was a fight, a hell of a fight. So, they fought harder than Jesus. Jesus ain't even try to take the spears and throw it back. He ain't try to cuss nobody out. He ain't try to stand his ground. He just went ahead and surrendered. Like he was really a criminal. So when I'm not, like I said, I'm not trying to be rude, insensitive, or disrespectful, but I'm just speaking on facts. You cannot pick and choose who deserves to be acknowledged and who doesn't. Like, you go out here and you celebrate all these holidays that represent death. When you talk about Easter, that's death. When you're talking about St. Patrick's Day, that was a genocide of African people. That's death. when you talk about, Halloween, we're recognizing the spiritual, the death and the spirits of those who were alive. It's like, I'll be trying, y'all. I'll be trying. I'll be trying. Oh, Lord. At least our ancestors knew what they were fighting for. They knew they were fighting for land, freedom, and peace. That's what they were fighting for. But when people be going in these armies and they over there fighting other third world countries, over in Middle Eastern, just taking out lives. We got children over there. People got businesses, families that they love just like we do. And we over there just blowing it up because somebody in the White House mad because they want to be greedy and deceptive. But then at the same time, we, celebrate the death of those who decided to go into a war that's blinded. And half of the people that come back don't even come back normal. Once you see death, that's hard to erase out of your mind. And how do I know? I've never been in the army. Yes, I did try. I tried to get in it, but I'm so happy that it didn't work out. But I know what death looked like. I've seen it outside of the army. I've seen somebody that just finished murdering somebody and coming into my house full of blood of somebody else's, And I've seen somebody was shot by AR-15 right across the street from my yard. So yes, that's a devastating thing to see, but it happens. But it's like once that happened, people still move on with their lives. But I have strong belief and faith that our ancestors are still walking with us, whether they were positive or negative. They're still walking with us because, like I told you, we have angels walking with us and we have demons. And if you don't believe me, let somebody go in there and break up, rob the church and watch how the pastor flip mode. He ain't gonna be praying. He gonna be trying to find a way to protect his church. That's when he gonna have to put the Bible down and pick up a weapon. So all I'm saying is, we just gotta kind of really sit down and think things through. Like I said, a lot of people from the military, they either come back with PTSD, that they're not straight in the brain. They come back with missing limbs. They come back with all types of disorders, and they try to be normal. But on the inside, it's eating them up to know that, okay, they went over there to fight somebody else based on hearsay. Just because they love a country that's divided, that's constantly killing innocent people, that's constantly bragging about, oh, we shedded blood for this country off the backs of our indigenous people. So when somebody come to me, talking to me sideways about, or questioning me, you gonna get the business. Because, it just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense how we got shit all backwards and twisted and turned, and then we swear we so smart and we know so much. Yeah, I'm gonna speak up for my ancestors. I don't care how much they ran around barefooted and half dressed and spoke a unique, different language. They're still special and connected to us, and they help open up doors for me. They are also connected to the spiritual realm. So when we sit up there praying and crying and snotting out the mouth in church, a lot of those blessings come from their connections. Because I'm gonna tell you, if it was racist people back in the days, what you think? If it was division back in the days, who you think Jesus hung with? Do you think he was running around outside barefooted with the African people? I want you to think about that. Just really think about it. Do you think he could survive the hot sun that knows how to wake up the beauty of our melanin people? You think about that. I'll be in touch. Peace out.